All right, Mr. Taliaferro TV, how's everybody doing out there? So this might have been expected by some people. Some people might look at this as a shock. But Tekashi 6ix9ine's former manager, Kifano Shotti Jordan, has officially pled guilty to a pair of federal weapons-related charges that stem from two 2018 incidents. One was April 3rd alleged assault in Manhattan, and the other was a shooting that took place in Brooklyn on April 21st. For the first count of using and possessing a firearm in furtherance of a crime or of violence, there is a mandatory minimum sentence of 5 years in federal lockup. And the second count, discharging a firearm in furtherance of a crime of violence, there is a minimum of 10 years. So at best case scenario, Shotti will have to do 15 years behind bars. And in my heart of hearts, I believe his team and lawyers are going to try to find a way, some type of loophole to get that bad boy down to 10 years. But there is a mandatory 10-year sentence on that second charge that it looks like there's not a lot of ways around right now. Now, this comes after Tekashi 6ix9ine has reportedly agreed to work with the feds over the last 2 months. He's been snitching. He's got there's a signed affidavit that you remember that we read on our platform here that shows Tekashi 6ix9ine went in detail, admitted to certain things, told people what his involvement was and who else was involved. And you know, this situation got very messy because toward the end of this non-trade gang, just to be honest with you, things start falling apart as a matter of fact, I remember Tekashi's last Breakfast Club interview. I think that interview happened that Thursday night or that Friday morning. He got arrested on that Saturday, if I believe. The feds picked him up. He had said the thing that scared him the most right now was the feds. And it's almost like he knew the feds were on his behind. And in the interview, he talked about how he wasn't a part of any set anymore and how him and Shotti had kind of fell out. And then there's that phone call and the text messages in which Shotti is on the phone talking to other members of the non-trade set and reportedly said, I'm going to end Tekashi 6ix9ine's life, and how they were not getting along, and reports of people stealing money from Tekashi. It all got super messy, which led to Tekashi saying, look, my homies don't like me. Why the hell I'm going to face 40, 50 years? They already don't like me anyway. We weren't already on the same page. They already said they was going to kill me. Shoot, I might as well snitch and at least see the light of day in the next 10 years. I would think Tekashi's going to get out in about 5 to 7.5. It's a mess. It's an entire mess. A lot of people have looked at Tekashi 6ix9ine as a snitch in the culture, and they say he could never rap again. They would never listen to his music again. There are people out there that don't care about him snitching. Here's the reality situation. Tekashi 6ix9ine is not working with the feds, leaving incarceration and going back to a rap career. My guess, and I don't know this for a fact, is that when he gets out, he's going into protective custody. And in regards to Shotti, who, like I said, pled guilty to 2 counts of serious federal charges, he's likely going to face 15 years. And there are other things that could come up in Shotti's case, but for right now, the plea is 15 years. And hopefully it stays that way. It doesn't go up any higher and they don't bring any more heat on him, because that is enough time. That's I mean, sheesh, he's not a young guy right now, let alone 15 years later. The U.S. attorney made a statement yesterday saying today Kifano Jordan admitted in open court to committing multiple acts of violence in furtherance of the non-trade enterprise. This conduct is simply intolerable. That was according to, again, Manhattan U.S. attorney Jeffrey S. Berman. And Tekashi's lawyer, Jeffrey Lightman, I believe is his name, said due to the amount of evidence in this case and the 40+ year of a mandatory minimum sentence Kifano was facing, we decided to take this plea deal in order to cut his losses. It's very disappointing, but Kifano had accepted responsibility for his actions and looks forward to getting on with his life and back to his family. Now, it is worth noting that Shotti did an interview, I believe, with DJ Punch, and it got taken down. Now, I don't know what went on, but allegedly, I did not get a chance to watch the interview. The thing got taken down before I got to see it. But allegedly, Shotti called Tekashi 6ix9ine a selfish rap bastard. Again, obviously, you can see why that would be taken down if something were to happen to Tekashi. You don't want that blood on the hands of Shotti, right? And yeah, I think it was a phone interview with DJ Punch, but if it does drop again, I'll obviously keep you guys up to date on it. If you just make sure you subscribe to the platform, we'll talk about it once that interview goes public again. It got taken down by someone. We'll see what happens though. Again, Kifano Jordan has agreed to a 15-year sentence in this case of racketeering. Thank y'all so much for the time, love, support. I don't take it for granted. Salute. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids. You are now tuned in.
Yo, we locked in right now, Mr.
TALIAFERRO. Mr. TALIAFERRO. Mr. TALIAFERRO.
Mr. TALIAFERRO.
Shout out to Mr. TALIAFERRO.
You're watching Mr. TALIAFERRO TV.
Mr. TALIAFERRO TV. Here with the triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.